Hello, my name is Nguyễn Hồng Long. I come from Hanoi, Vietnam. I am currently a student in Foreign Trade University and my major is law and business. I am now also working for the Embassy of the US as an intern. I am also the member of ISAC, the international organization run by students with a vision of peace and fulfillment of humankind potentials. IYSBJ, International Youth Summit for Peace and Justice 2010, is exactly what I have been looking for. Now I want to tell you what has encouraged me to apply for this summit. One thing I am impressed and another thing I am inspired from. I was long impressed by the Lady Justice. The Lady of Justice depicts justice as equipped with three symbols: a sword symbolizing the coercive power, a human skill weighing competing claims in each hand, and a blindfold indicating impartiality. Now, I want to tell you the real story that happened in my country, which I am inspired from. During the Vietnam War, the US has dropped millions of gallons of Agent Orange, a toxic defoliant, on Vietnam in an attempt to remove the jungle used for cover by communist forces. Decades later, civilians still suffer from the consequences. Dioxin still lurks in Vietnam soil, causing deformities which are passed on from generation to generations. 30 years later, for the first time, there is one organization on behalf of the victims were established to make the justice served: the Vietnam Association of Victims of Agent Orange. They have filed many lawsuits against the chemical companies to the US courts. In January 2004, a case was initiated in the New York courts. Their case was rejected in March 2005, as the judge ruled there was no prohibition on the use of herbicides in international law. An appeal launched on September 30, 2005 was also rejected last year for the very unreasonable reason. The chemicals companies have got the government's work done, and they need to be protected by the government. It's my understanding now that due to this situation, any new lawsuit filed by the victims against the chemical companies responsible for the Agent Orange, which they were exposed to in Vietnam, could be dismissed. As such, there's no way to get legal compensation for the victims or their families in the court system. This result caused an upsurge of anger among Vietnamese and peace lovers all over the globe.
From 49 to 50 years.
So you think that they knew what dioxin could do to humans?
They knew.
Chúng tôi thấy là nó đã tác hại đến đời cháu. Vì thế cho nên là không ai biết được là nó sẽ tác hại đến đời nào thì mới chấm dứt.
Wake from your sleep, you're drying up your tears today. We escape, we escape.
If the judgment made by the Supreme Court is accurate, then the sword of the Lady Justice is not sharp enough to punish the criminals Our the Lady of Justice is not completely blindfolded either. Everything above leads to my very important purpose in applying for this summit, to help the victims in my country and to make the justice served. I want to be equipped with the knowledge of what is real justice, how justice is served, how the victims are compensated, and how the criminals are punished, and how all of them are reflected in the international eyes. After that, I want to hear the voices of the youth around the world on what do they think about peace and justice, and how they feel and how they react to the cases of the Agent Orange victims in Vietnam. Moreover, through this global summit, I can get the support from my international friends on the campaign that can help the victims to relieve the pain and to make the chemical companies held responsible. I do hope that after taking a look at this video, you can understand more about myself, about my purposes in this summit. And I also expect that I can get into the short list of successful candidates. Thank you for your consideration and see you again.